Hi, welcome to Taste This TV. I'm Chef Joe Ciminera. You know, I'm here in my hometown, right here in New York City. I'm here at the Architectural Digest show. And why do you come to this show for? Well, you match fashion with food. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to grill on a custom grill, and at the end, make a wonderful sandwich and eat. So don't go anywhere. Taste this. All right, so now we're gonna get started cooking my favorite sandwich recipe. And as you know, I love making sandwiches, but I couldn't do it without the help of these wonderful products. Starting with here, our Texas Tamale Brazo Legends Unbelievable Barbecue Sauce. Moving over to Mantova Olive Oil, crisp, clean, wonderful flavor. And then of course, we can't forget our Verdi Sparkling Wine. With this sparkling, we have a little bit of apple essence here. Which is really going to bring the taste of the onions to a nice fruity flavor as well. And we have our lacquer cookies, cappuccino. So we can't forget about our Silken Induction Cooking System by Kenyon Appliances. Now, you know, they have this really fun gadget here, and I'm going to speak about it in just a little bit. But don't forget about their non-stick grill there, where we're going to be using the steak to actually cook that stuff to make a wonderful sandwich. Now, what I like about this unit here is, number one, it's induction, so that means it's really quick. Heats up quickly. Even heat, and these wonderful things right here, if you spill them, dump them out, you can put them in the dishwasher. What's great is if this unit is on a boat and it suddenly starts to tilt, you hit some massive waves, you're going to see that this does not tilt over like a regular flat top stove. When you talk about what to cook on a grill and an induction cooker, something simple is always a good sandwich, and that's what I think we're going to do today. One of my favorite signature dishes, called the caramelized onion and blue cheese steak hero. That's right, you got it here. This is the first time we've done this sandwich. This is a household favorite of mine. So to get started, we should put our meat first. Today, we're using filet mignon, and I did a marinade with it. We did a little Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of tequila, and we got a little bit of bourbon on here, a little mustard, balsamic vinegar, and some rosemary. If you look closely, you can still see the pieces of rosemary on here. And you're really going to appreciate that when we start to cut into that baby mid-rare. We're going to get started on our caramelized onions. And what we're going to do is put a little bit of olive oil in here. And what you want to do is take your sliced onions. So we've added our onions in here. The good thing about induction cooking is how quick it heats up the pan. I mean, instantaneous. What we're going to do is take a little bit of seasoning that I have here, a little dehydrated garlic, black pepper, and kosher salt. We're going to turn the onions. We got this butter going on. Regular margarine. We're going to put it right inside the bowl here. Now, it's already nice at room temperature. We're just going to smash it around a little bit, get it warm, put a little seasoning in here. We're going to take our bread and cut this baby open. Now, some people, when cutting their sandwiches, will take a little bit of the dough out in the center. I don't like to do that. I just like to press it down. I mean, why take away from a sandwich, right? You can just kind of push it in and leave it there. So with your palm, you just want to give it a little push in the center. And you're going to take this margarine slash really good dry herb mix, spread it all over the bread on both sides. All right, so now we got this ready to go. You don't bake it, you don't put it in the oven, you put it right here until you're ready to go. We got our onions going there. We still need to get it caramelized before we can put the cheese. So let's jump over and check out the filet mignon and see how it's doing. I've crisscrossed the steak earlier. So what we should see is nice designs here, which we do. And that'll help with the flavor of the steak as well. So we'll just turn that over. And again, we talked about that we want a mid-rare for the steak. Some people like it rare. We'll see. The marinade kind of will help cut down any bacteria and stuff like that because of the high acid content. So you don't have to worry about really the steak being rare or mid-rare, or you're catching some type of illness because you're paranoid or what have you. Onions are looking good. They're getting brown, but they're nowhere near the level that we want them to. Now let's jump over to this pepper. What we'd like to do is just put a little bit of julienne strips of the pepper in there for color. You take your pepper, put it down, and then with your knife you want to kind of slice and get all the membrane out of the center. Because believe it or not, this will create a little bit of a bitter dish. Now we're going to take our pepper, and it's really thin slices here, folks. You got to go as close as you can. What you're looking for are thin slices just like this. They'll cook quick. The cooking time is very important here. So continue to go the whole pepper. We're going to take our pepper and put it right in here. You see what it does to the color? Wait till you see what it does for the flavor. Okay, now we're going to pick this up. toss it around. As you can see, everything is now getting brown. We really want this to be nice and golden brown. And it smells fabulous. Okay, now we're gonna get started on our caramelized onions. Check these out. That's what I'm talking about. But they still gotta go just a little bit more. We're gonna give them a little bit of help right now. Here we have sparkling wine. Here we go. Now, you smell that. That is unbelievable. That gives us a little bit of a basis, a little bit of a sauce. This will all cook out. The onions will get nice and really cooked down a bit. Now what we're gonna do is add our barbecue sauce. Any kind of barbecue sauce is fine. And make sure that you leave this on high because we want all the liquid just completely out of the pan and capture those nice flavors. We have a little bit of balsamic vinegar. All this is kind of coming together. Then we're gonna add the cheese and really let it bake off here. Nice blue cheese, that's what I'm talking about. Now you mix it up. Though I put a little bit of lettuce on the sandwich as well, I like to throw a little bit in here at the very end just to kind of give it a little crispiness in it, okay? I had the flavor in there, but this has got just a second kind of cooked down. I'm gonna go check my beef, maybe turn it over or turn it on the other side. Now we're gonna assemble the sandwich. So you take the bottom side, obviously. We're gonna take some tomato, slice it really thin. And what you're gonna do is first is line, there's a method here on which way you need to go first. Take the tomato. Now take your greens, your lettuce, and the best thing to do with romaine lettuce is great with a sandwich, push it down. You have to break that kind of spine in there so that it's easable and flexible to eat the sandwich. And this will give the sandwich some body, some life. Now, we go and get this stuff. We're gonna put all that good stuff right on that sandwich. That is what I am talking about. Let's cut into our filet. It's exactly what we want. A wonderful steak down. Make sure that every piece of the bread gets the steak so we don't leave anybody out. And that's exactly how you want to cook this steak. Perfect. Woo! Man, now that is a sandwich. The moment of truth. Here is this wonderful sandwich that we're going to cut into. Juicy, perfect. Don't forget about that margarine I told you about that, folks. That's really going to add a lot of flavor. All right, so we're going to close the lid. Now, how do you cut a sandwich? A lot of people cut from the end first, and then you get what's called like a seesaw effect. Cut it right down in the middle. Cut the first one like this. This way you're not squashing the sandwich. And then you can go right down with the rest. Now we take this sandwich up. That's what I'm talking about. Now that is a good sandwich. So here you have it, the Monster Chef Joe sandwich, but we're not finished yet. Off to the test kitchen where we're gonna whip up some more great recipes, so don't go anywhere. Taste this.